question number 1. This is about a little bit on cash flow management. Okay, cash flow management. So it's a little bit on cash. And here you got a few question marks to work out a little bit. Okay, following information relate to a company that has different division. Sales and cost sales have also been provided. Now, here you've been given sales, cost of sales, credit purchase, payable days, inventory days, receivable days, operating cycle, and then calculate all missing items. And also, so here you need to calculate how much is the receivable, how much is the payable, and how much is the inventory, and how much is the operating cycle. So when you want to calculate this one, guys, when you want to calculate this one, okay, when you're calculating this one, let's look at what you're calculating. You're calculating receivable. Operating cycle is going to be $60 plus 40 minus 20. Okay, operating cycle is 80 days. Your current asset, remember, current asset minus current liability. Can remember this one? Then let's calculate the next item. The next item that you have is going to be your receivables. This is going to be, well, you already got receivable days and you got sales. Equals to 60 days. So you're going to calculate receivable. So your receivable is going to be, oh God, $2 million. So that should be your receivable, guys. Can all of you okay at this part? Can follow? Can? Good. Right. Then you got your that should be a payable. 40 over 365 times 1 million. So those are the answer you should have got for this part. Okay, here they ask you to calculate cost of sale if inventory is 350,000. Okay, if they ask you for cost of sales and they ask you for receivable days, well, they gave you receivable. Well, look at what they're giving you. They're giving you sales. Okay, did they give you the days for you to calculate the days or not? How do you calculate the days? Is it even possible to calculate the days? Obviously, you can calculate the days quite easy. Okay, let's look at it. So, second part. Well, you know this one, 30 So 40 plus 20 minus 30 is 30 days. Okay, that's the answer there. Are you okay on this part? So once you get that one, then you know already how much is your the next one they ask you what is the cost of sales if the inventory is 350. Right. So what's your cost of sales going to be? $350,000 divide by 30 divide by 365. Check whether you all can get this number. All okay, guys? Okay, so that cover this idea, question number 1, which is about working capital. Okay, can you answer 1, 2, 3, 4? Put the number here, guys. Just put all the numbers here. Which department do the work? Which department do the work? Can you just label it first yourself? If you're already done, please thumbs up. Rest of you, thumbs up. Okay. Okay, so let's go on. Here, payment of interest to bank 4. Negotiate loan with the bank 1. Obtain cash faster from customer 2. Are you all okay in this? Okay, great. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question asking you about look at it properly. Answer the 3 questions. This one, you do need to know what's the issue, guys. You do need to know what's the issue involved. In this case, you need to know which item is the one or the formula. You have to remember the formula for different items. Okay, if you remember the formula, quite easy. You don't remember the formula, it's going to be kind of hard for you. Okay, so you do have to recall the formula for this one. See whether you can recall. Which 2 of the following situations are most likely to cause inventory to fall below reorder level? So here, when you talk about the item that caused the reorder level, so you do need to recall the formula. What's the formulas? Hopefully you remember the formula for reorder level. Can you write down the formula? So you should have maximum usage times with your maximum. Alright, that is going to be your reorder level. Now, in this question, great, maximum usage, maximum lead time. So based on this, you do need to answer which 2 are the ones that caused the issue. Usage during the lead time become higher than expected. Okay, that's one of the issue you should be aware of. Usage, remember, usage beyond during the lead time is higher than expected. The next one, lead time is longer than expected. Both of this will cause inventory to fall below the reorder level, increasing the risk of stock out. So the answer is actually these 2. Okay. Reorder quantity has been reduced, doesn't affect this formula. Maximum inventory level has been increased, doesn't affect this formula. Okay. Now, which 2 of the following would explain why minimum inventory level has been breached? Okay. So here, do you still remember the formula for minimum inventory level? What's the formula? Can somebody write it out? Type it out, guys. Formula for minimum inventory level. Write down, guys. Type it out. Somebody type it out quickly. Reorder level minus average usage times average lead time. Great. Okay, that's the answer you are supposed to do. So minimum level equals reorder level minus your which two of the following would explain why minimum inventory level is breached? So why the minimum is breached? Okay, one I think is demand during lead time is higher than normal. Demand, so just that usage being higher than normal. This is one other answer. Delivery of the supplier being delayed, that will also cause this to be breached. Are you okay in this part? Purchase order arrived earlier than expected, safety inventory was increased, doesn't cause a problem. So this is the two answer you're supposed to be aware of. Now, which two of the following reasons would explain why maximum inventory control was exceeded? the maximum was exceeded. So when we say maximum inventory level was exceeded, usually due to usage during lead time is lower than minimum usage, purchase order was delivered more quicker than usual. Okay, these are the two reasons. Make sure you can remember what is maximum level. Which two of the following statement of EOQ are correct? So I hope you still remember the EOQ formula. Still remember the EOQ formula? Still remember the formula, guys? Yeah, I hope you remember the formula. Okay, good. Right. So here, answer is going to be EOQ determine how much inventory should be ordered. Correct. EOQ directly prevent inventory falling below reorder level. No. EOQ minimize total order costs and holding costs. Correct. EOQ determine when purchase order should be placed. No. Just continue how much. When purchase order is placed is based on reorder level, not EOQ. Got it? Remember this one? This one is inventory reaches what level? Reorder level. Reorder right. Can somebody off your mic? Your mic is on. Okay. Can? Right, let's move on. You go to the next question. Which two of the following will result in increase in average inventory level? So average inventory level will increase when there is an increase in reorder quantity. So remember, there is an increase in the reorder quantity. Okay, that's one. And then the other part is going to be when slower inventory usage. Okay, those two will result in increase in average inventory level. So the average inventory will increase if your reorder quantity goes up or your inventory is slower being used. Okay, now which two of the following changes would reduce the likelihood of exceeding maximum inventory level? Which two following changes would reduce, okay, keyword, would reduce the likelihood, that means a chance of exceeding maximum inventory level? So when you talk about which two is going to be exceeding the inventory level, it's going to be, again, you have to remember the formula. It's increasing expected minimum usage or reducing your lead time variability. Okay, how much it varies or differences. This too would reduce the likelihood of exceeding maximum inventory level. Which of the following changes would risk the breaching of minimum inventory level? Okay, so here, which one of the following changes would increase the risk of breaching? Increase the risk of breaching minimum inventory level. So you risk the breaching of minimum inventory level. But this is one. Both also can. Both also can. I just want to say which two. Should be longer than expected lead time, faster usage than expected. So these are all the reasons why you have inventory levels adjusting. So this is, remember, you already studied FIFO, LIFO, and AVCO and all that inside your MA1. That's repeating. That's again repeating. So those FIFO, so these ideas are more for MA2, so you should remember this one. Okay, right. I'm going to go into some questions which is about decision making. So remember, we're going to go through some decision making questions. So when you're going through decision making questions, okay, let's look at the first question here. A company is considering accepting a one-off contract that will require skilled employees for a period of 6 months. Okay, so company has two options: recruit for temporary workers specifically for the contract at total cost of 64,000. Then use existing employees who are currently fully employed, and these employees earn 28,000 per year. If they are used on the contract, replacement worker would need to be hired at a cost of 50,000. In addition, existing worker would require special training costs of 6,000. So these are the questions that you have. Okay, now let's have a look at how much is the total relevant labor cost for this scenario. So in this case, answer is going to be, what's your answer, guys? How much? Can I get a number from you guys? Give me a number, guys. So relevant cost is going to be, okay, answer should be 56,000, guys. Answer should be 56,000. Okay. Now, the next one that you got there, company is evaluating special contract that require 2,000 kilogram of material X. Material X is currently held in inventory and has a historic cost of $12 per kg, current replacement cost of $15 per kg. Material is regularly used in normal production, and if used for contract, it need to be replaced. Alternatively, company could purchase material X directly for this contract for 32,000 at a cost of 32,000. Okay. Could purchase material X directly. So company is very requires. Currently held in this one. So right now, you got two costs to consider. Okay, you got two costs to consider. How much is the cost here? $12 is Answer here is going to be 30,000. Answer here was 56,000. All of you okay? Can? Right, here's a table. I want you to fill up this table. Fill up the table in terms of who is the issuer, high risk, low risk, moderate risk, or is the returns high, low, moderate, how long is the term, how long, whether it's liquid or illiquid. So you need to decide by looking at the table. Remember, looking at the table. Got it? So let's look at the first part. See whether you can get all the answers or not. I give you example for the first one. Treasury bill. Issuer is central bank. Very low risk. Very low return. Term tend to be short. In terms of liquidity, it's going to be very high. Okay, you can now fill up the rest first. Fill up the rest quickly. Then you got government gilt. It's also issued by central government. The risk is supposed to be very low. Now, in terms of term, tend to be next one you got local authority. So this one is going to be local government. Low to medium. Now in terms of term, this one will be this one is long, okay, and liquidity is medium, can change but not as easy, okay. That is one of the items that you should be aware of. Now the next one is called certificate of deposit, which is issued by bank, low risk, low return, okay. And then in terms of term, this one is going to be short to medium. And here next one, you got something called commercial paper. Okay, commercial paper issued by here medium risk, that's medium. Then you need to know about bank deposit. Remember, this table is quite important for you to fill up and remember, because exam question tends to test you on the spot. This one, bank deposit given by banks. It's going to be low. Next, you have something called company bonds. Bonds and all of this are issued by the same party, companies. In terms of risk, okay, this one is bonds also medium, remember. Okay, so this is your main strategy when you come to answering or reviewing this area, making sure you can actually think about all the different tools, where to put your money, remember, where you place your money for deposit. So it's under cash management. You have to remember each of this instrument. Now let's go into this question. Which two of the following statement feature of certificate of deposit? So there is something called certificate of deposit. So you do need to know which is the characteristic of certificate of deposit. Which two following describes treasury bill correctly? So hurry up, try answering this one first, this two. Hurry up, done guys? So feature of certificate of deposit. Certificate of deposit. Interest rate vary over term. Funds are deposited over fixed term. Can be sold to another investor before maturity. Certificate of deposit liquidity is medium. Yes or no? Okay. So what's the answer here, guys? Can you give me the answer? I want you to type out the answer first. What's your answers? Answer is going to be B, C. Is it B, C? The rest of you all okay? So if you look at this part, answer is going to be, it's going to be certificate of deposit. Should be B, C together. All right. Okay. Interest vary over the term of the deposit. Not really. Financial instrument issued by local government. No, this is issued by bank. So D is definitely out. Interest variable. Not really. The returns are going to be medium. but it's not going to be variable returns. All right. Okay. Now the next one. Which two of the following statement correctly describe treasury bill? So remember treasury bill? Give me the answer, guys. So in this case, it's going to be AC. Is it AC, guys? Just double check. Issued by central government? Yes. Okay. Yes. Answer is issued by central government. Correct. Then, pay fixed annual coupon? No. Usually have maturity less than 1 year. So answer should be A and C. Good. Okay, let's go on to the next question. Which two are following features of government stock? Well, it's not issued by local authority. Okay, long-term borrowing instrument. Carry long-term borrowing instrument. Well, it is government stock. Government stock is long. Remember. Then the other one, carry very low default risk. Correct. Government stocks carry very low default risk. Okay. Issued at a discount and redeemed at face value? No, not likely. Next, which two of the following statements are true about local authority stocks? So when you say local authority stocks, A, issued by government. Okay, it's not risk free. Generally carry higher risk than government stock. So that's correct also. Which two are correct about commercial paper? Well, commercial paper are issued by large company. Okay. It's supposed to be a short-term source of finance. Okay, it's a short-term source of finance for the company that issues it. Now, which two of the following statement apply to bank deposit? So when we talk about bank deposits basically you're going to say what? It's going to be reasonably low risk and usually highly liquid. Okay, that's bank deposit. Which two of the following are features of ordinary share? So if you have an ordinary share, they kind of represent ownership of the company. You have ownership, carry higher risk than debt instrument. Okay. Then which two of the following statements are true of preference share? Well, they pay dividend before ordinary share. That is true. Remember, that is true. They normally pay dividend before ordinary share. Dividend treated as interest expense? No. Usually carry no voting right. Okay, that's one of the idea of preference share. Which of the following instrument would generally be considered lowest risk? So when you're asked to choose in terms of lowest risk, you should be aware treasury bill is very low risk, government stock is lowest risk. So this is the two lowest risk item. Now, which of the two following is the most liquid item? So when you talk about liquidity, okay, bank deposit are very liquid, treasury bills are more liquid. These two are more liquid assets. Which two instruments are issued by the bank? So you know this one, issued by bank. When you go up here, issued by bank, certificate deposit, bank deposit. Okay, which two of the following are money market instrument? So when we say money market instrument, these two are called money market instrument. Okay, this is a terminology, you should know it and keep. Now, which of the following provide a fixed return? Okay, when you say fixed return, it's going to be your government stock, certificate of deposit. These two will give you a fixed return. Now, which two of the following represents lending to an organization rather than ownership? Okay, ownership. So lending. So when you are giving money, okay, which is the one that is going to be lending the money to? Guys, which one is the one lending? Government stock is lending to an organization, correct? Um, Treasury bills are form of lending to an organization. Ordinary share and preference share are part of ownership. If you take ordinary share and preference share, you end up owning the company. Okay. Company has short-term cash surplus and wish to invest in minimal risk, high liquidity. So when you want to invest in minimum risk, high liquidity, on treasury bills is a good idea. Bank deposit is a good idea. All right, those are minimum risk and okay, high liquidity, no high returns. Company purchase raw material for cash, sells their finished good on 3-month credit. Which of the following circumstances would adversely affect short-term cash flow? So over here, try it out and see whether you can get the answer for this part. So answer here is going to be, which one will affect your cash flow, guys? Adversely, negative cash flow. If inflation go up, you have to pay more for things you buy. If you reduce your selling price, you have to get less money. Both of this will cause a problem. So answer is both 1 and 2. Got it? Both 1 and 2. Okay? Now, a rapidly expanding company growing very fast, grow very fast, buy material for cash, holding significant inventory and sell on long credit term. Okay, they buy material for cash. That means they don't take any pay, no credit taken for payable. Then they hold the inventory, okay, your current asset big, and then they sell on long credit, your receivable also big. Which two of the following would most likely worsen the short-term cash flow? While you collect faster, in collection of receivables should be better. Okay, improve production efficiency should be better. Rapid increase in sales volume, well, that should increase your sales. And increase in inventory level will worsen the short-term cash flow. Okay, so this one of it you already know is clear cut. A rapid increase in sales volume also is going to cause a problem for you because you are selling more on long-term credit, so your credit will also increase. So both also get affected because you hold okay, that's basically the issue you should pick up. Now let's have a look at this part. Now, a company experiences the following changes during the year. Okay, company experiences the following changes during the year: increase in finished good inventory, reduction in trade receivable collection. Okay, so your trade inventory goes up, finished good, your receivable collection goes down. Okay, in this case, which of the following would improve short-term cash flow? So which one would improve short-term cash flow? Answer is 2 only. Reduction in trade receivable collection period would probably improve short-term cash flow. company negotiate following changes. Okay, number one, you have shorter credit term from supplier, longer credit term offered to customer. Which of the following would adversely affect the short term cash flow? Adversely, negative effect. So if you have shorter credit term, right, should be both 1 and 2. Right, let's have a look at this part. A company recorded actual activity for a period of 75% of the original fixed budget. Following flex budget based on the actual activity has been prepared. What is the original fixed budget net profit? Okay, can you calculate that one? Do you all calculate? What's the answer, guys? A, B, C, D. Give me an answer. What's your answer, guys? So if I was to do flex, answer should be 42,000. Okay, great. You can get the answer 42,000. Right? Okay. Now, the company recorded actual activity for a period of 75% of the original fixed budget. Following is the following fixed budget was prepared. Okay, how much is the flex budget? So this one, fill in the information. Okay, that should be the information for the flex budget. Okay, guys.